Hey guys, welcome back to Draw Along Doodles with Walker. So today we are going to be drawing what I like to call the angry owl. He could just be grumpy, or that could just be the way his face looks, but we are going to be doing him vertically because he takes up more room that way. So I'm going to start with his beak, about 2/3 up the way of the paper, and I'm going to make it the shape of a kite. So that first V is smaller, and then my next V is longer. Now, from here, I'm going to make his eyebrows. So I'm going to come and draw a little line going across right there. That'll help me place them. Then I'm going to swoop over and back in. So it almost looks like a propeller or maybe one of those little seeds that comes out of pine cones that you can drop. Now I'm going to come the other way. Over and out. Okay. Now, since we didn't measure it, it's not going to be perfectly symmetrical, but guess what? We are okay. It's not going to be a life or death thing. We're just trying to get it, equal to the visual. From here, we're going to make his droopy under eyes. So we're going to start a little bit inside. Then we're going to come to the middle of that bottom angle. Do the same thing on the other side. And with those shapes, I can kind of see I need to pull this in just a little. Not a lot, but just a little. All right. Now we're going to make a little line that's following the curve of that inside and just eclipsing it ever so slightly. Okay. Now on his beak, we're going to give him 2 little nostrils. And then for his eyes, they're going to be very large. So I have my biggest circle. Okay. Now I have a smaller circle to make the first ring. Then I have another circle. And then I'm going to have, so that'll be pink, that'll be yellow, this will be black. And I'm going to just draw a little mark for a shine, for a reflection in his eyes. Okay. Now we've at least got a base to go on. From here, let's go ahead and do his head. So real gently, I'm going to come across with a very, very subtle arch. Okay. And now I'm going to come and wing it out and give him a couple little feather tufts. Because owls don't actually have ears, but they have tufts of feathers that oftentimes we call ears because they're in that place and they look like it. And if you want, you can come and give him some, feathers going out to the side for directionality, but you don't have to do that. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come underneath his beak, leave a little bit of space. We're going to do a V right there. Okay. And now we're going to come and angle down. So you've made like a really wide M. And then we're going to come and curve up and curve up. All right. Let's get the big basic shape of his body before we worry about making it really feathery. So I'm going to come along this line and I'm going to create myself a little oval. All right, so I've got the big base of his body. I do need to give him his legs. So from the bottom of this oval, I'll come up and in, which means that this will be gone. And I'll come up and in. which means this will be gone. Okay. Now from down here, we're going to go ahead and give him his talons. He'd have 2 in the front and 1 in the back so he could grip. So I'm going to come and make a curve and a curve, like a pair of parentheses. And now you're just going to reverse that. 1, 2. You've made 2 bananas. Now we're going to do it again. So curve and curve. You're going to come back up in with banana parentheses. All right, fabulous. Okay, let's come in and make this look a little bit more feathery, and then we'll get to the next part. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to go along that line, and I'm just going to draw some backwards J's. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. 1, 2, 3. Stretching down to where I reach his little legs. And that makes him appear more fluffy, more feathery, which is great because he's an owl. That would really be helpful for him. And if you feel like, oh, he's a little too flat in the middle, you can come and add some little V's or some J's to give him some fluff in his stomach. Okay. Now, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to get his wings and his tail. So I come up to that eyebrow, and then I'm going to come down about halfway, and then I'm going to come in, curving a little bit, down, and in, and then all the way down to point beneath the feet right here. So I went down and in, down and in, down to point beneath the feet. All right, let's reverse that on this side. So I'm on the eyebrow. I come down about halfway and in, down and in, down. Okay. Now, I do want to give his tail feathers a little bit more fluff since we've given him so much nice volume in other places. So I'll come and I'll kind of add a few V's where his feathers would be stacked. And then I can make that one kind of the front one. Okay, so we are ready to Sharpie our angry owl. All right. Remember, we always look for the thing that's going to be the most in front. So right now, that is the beak. All right. There we go. Now we're going to come and do the eyebrows. Did you know that there are over 200 species of owls? And they can range anywhere from 3 feet tall to less than a foot. Pretty cool. All right, we're going to do the top of his head. And then we're going to do his eye area. Okay. There are his circles. And as always, I'm going to go in and add my black for my pupil so that I can see it. It has that next amount done so that I know where to go. And the black of the Sharpie is a very satisfying color. All right, 1, 2, and a 3. All right. Okay, so you've got this. We're going to leave the nostrils and the feathers until later because those really are details and they're not as important. So the next thing we'll do is we'll come and work on the very top feathers on his chest. Okay, then we're going to get his body. 1, 2, 3, and a 4. Down from the other side. 1, 2, 3, and a 4. All right, I'm going to connect them down here. Now I'm going to add my talons. 1 banana, 2 bananas, 3 bananas, 4 bananas. All right, and now the outside of his body. There's that. Come around. And then here's the side. Okay, now from here, what I have left is details. So I am going to use my thin Sharpie. And I will just try to be kind of loose with them so that it looks like it's visually organized, but still a little bit disheveled. Because, I mean, stripes aren't perfect feathers. Feathers have a little bit more volume and variation to them. Okay. And there we go. All right, you're ready to erase and add color. If you want, one of the things you can also do is kind of create some blended colors for his lovely feathers right here. Just a quick show of how we did that. We put the most in this area, and then we lessened our pressure and then intensity as we went up. And then from there, we mixed in the other colors coming the other way. So try out some fun stuff. We hope you enjoy. Bye, guys.